everyone. Right, first of all I wanted to say thank you for all your support with the videos. If you can give me some feedback on them, that would be absolutely fantastic. I hope they're being helpful for you and that your children are working through the packs nicely, not finding it too difficult. Okay, so tonight what we're going to go through is some algebra. This is a fairly standard question in 11 plus exams. They tend to come up most years and they're sort of in the top 5-10% of the questions. This one, nth term comes up quite a lot in some form. This one's a little bit harder, but it has come up before, so it'd be good to be ready for it. Okay, so the first one, it says, Arash is 14 years older than Peter. Ali is twice as old as Arash. Their ages sum to 62. How old will Arash be next year? Okay, so when I get children to do this, the first thing they need to do is write out their names. So we've got Ali, we've got Arash, and we've got Peter. Right, then the next step is to find the person that's the youngest. Now these questions might come up as lengths of something, or time, or money. In each case you need to find the smallest one and call it X. Okay, so in this case Peter is the youngest, so we call him X. Then we look at what it says. Arash is 14 years older than Peter. Now it's 14 years older rather than 14 times as old. So 14 years older, we're just going to add it on. So X add on 14. Right, then this says Ali is twice as old as Arash. So Ali is double this. Can you try and double that in your head? So if you double that, you get 2x plus 28. Okay, so that's the tricky bit really. You need to find the youngest person, call them X, and then work out the other ones from there. Now, it says their ages sum to 62, so their ages add up to 62. So if we add this algebra together, 2x add 1x makes 4x, and then we've got 28 add 14 makes 42. Okay, and then their ages sum to 62 years. So all I've done there is just add these terms together to make 4x plus 42 equals 62. Okay, from there you solve the algebra. So rather than add 42, you've got to take away 42. So if we take away 42 from there, we get 20. So 4x's make 20. Right, so if 4x is a 20, think what 1x is going to be, and that's going to be 5. So 1x is 5. Now, because we found 1x, think who we found the age of. We found the age of Peter. He is 5. Then we know that Arash is x plus 14. So he is 5 plus 14. He is 19. Now, we don't need to know about Ali because the question says, how old will Arash be next year? Arash is 19 now, so next year, hopefully you don't get that bit wrong, next year he's going to be 20. Okay, and that's the answer to that one. Now, common mistakes I see in these questions are that you'll solve the algebra and find that x equals 5, and you'll be so relieved that you've got that right, that will go in the answer box. It's often not that simple. They're trying to catch you out. They know that a lot of children will be prepared for that, so they catch you out and put a different person in, or put the how old will he be next year. So just be very aware of that and watch out for it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, nth term with sequences. Now I know a lot of you have probably gone over nth term several times before. I've certainly done it with my children lots of times. So hopefully you know how to do nth term. If you don't know how to do nth term, or you still don't understand it, make sure you message me and I'll try and go through it another night. So these are two sequences. You've got a sequence that's 5n plus 3, and we've got one that's 7n take away 15. Okay, and it says, which term will these nth terms be equal? And what will the value be for each term? Okay, so if we set these equal to each other, we've now got some two-sided algebra, which you've probably seen lots of times before, where it says 5x plus 3 equals 7x take away 15. But this time it's just with n, it's exactly the same. Right, so we solve that. Again, if you're not sure how to solve two-sided algebra, make sure you email me, I'll try and go through it as well. Right, so we get rid of 5n and take it away from there. So we end up with plus 3 equals 2n minus 15. Get rid of whatever is stuck on to the algebra. To get rid of minus 15, we're going to add it. So we end up with 2n equals 18. So 1n equals 9. Now that's the answer to the first part of the question. It says, which term will these nth terms be equal? It's the 9th term that will make them equal. Now this second bit says, for what value will each term be? Okay, so let's find out the value if we wanted the 9th term. So we do 5 times n, because that's the 9th term, or the nth term, which is 45, plus 3, which is 48. Okay, so the value that makes them equal is 48. But let's just check it on this side. If we've got the 9th term, we'll do 7 times 9 is 63. Take away 15 is going to be 48. So we know we're correct because they're equal. Never try guessing these. It could take you absolutely forever. If you got a question like this in the exam and you didn't know how to do it, it's probably only worth 1 mark. It's best to just leave it and come back to it if you've got time, rather than try and guess, because the chance of getting it right is so low. Okay, the only other thing that I was going to go through just quickly was the clock question that I posted on my page earlier. So that question said, how far will the hour hand of a clock move in 6 minutes? Okay, so you need to know that in 1 hour, the hour hand moves 30 degrees. Really important. So if you think about it, in an hour, the hour hand is only going to move 30. Now, 6 minutes isn't an hour, it's a 10th of an hour. Yeah, you have 10 lots of those in an hour. So you've got to do a 10th of an hour, so you have to do a 10th of 30 degrees. And can you do that? What's a 10th of 30? Is just going to be 3 degrees. Okay, that's everything that we're going to do tonight. If anyone else would like a sample pack sent out, I've sent lots of those out already. If anyone else would like one, then please feel free to private message me. If you have any questions, make sure you're private messaging me. Okay, that's everything.